A lot of IELTS candidates walk out of the exam feeling confident and then get band 6. They understand the chart, they wrote enough words, and they made very few grammar mistakes. Why did they lose marks? The answer is simple. They don't understand how examiners actually mark task 1. The core problem here is that a lot of candidates will judge their own writing emotionally, and they will think something like, it felt good, so it should be a high band. But examiners do not impress check. They classify into band descriptors. This is fast, systematic marking, and there's no comparison between candidates, and there's also no personal opinion. The key shift is this good? To which band fits best? Most learners will never learn this system. Let's go through the main mistakes together. Mistake number 1 is not understanding the 4 criteria. Candidates will often focus only on grammar and they will ignore the balance of the score. So all 4 parts equal 25% each, right? So a weakness in one equals an overall limit. You must remember that the examiner's logic is that there is no compensation system here. So you must remember that you need to pass all 4 gates. Mistake number 2 is weak task achievement. This often involves describing everything, but there's no clear overview, there's no clear prioritization. Minor details are included and major trends are hidden. The examiner's expectations are to see clear patterns and clear comparisons. They also want to see some contrast. So there's data listing versus data selection. Moving on to mistake number 3, confused organization. This can involve jumping between time periods, mixing categories, no clear paragraph purpose, overusing connectors, and a general mechanical feel of linking things together. The examiner's mindset in this will be, is it hard to follow? If so, that equals a lower band. So the insight for you to remember is calm structure signals control, and control will achieve a higher band. Mistake number 4 is inaccurate vocabulary use. And what I mean by this is using advanced words wrongly. Exaggerating trends, also a very common mistake. I've said this in a previous video, I'll try to link it somehow, but also misusing words like fluctuate and surge, or even just repeating basic terms. The examiner's expectation is appropriate range and accurate meaning. So the contrast here is ambitious, but a bit loose, a bit uncontrolled, versus control. And I've said it before, I will say it again, control is the priority here. Mistake number 5 is risky grammar choices. This often involves overusing complex sentences. Unfortunately, this can often lead to losing accuracy. Another common one here is like tense mistakes, or even reference problems. It's just unclear. And of course, punctuation errors, very common. The examiner's logic here is errors cancel range. The insight to remember, simple plus correct is always preferred to complex and wrong. And this doubles back on what I mentioned in the last mistake about control. Mistake number 6 is relying on good English. And what I mean by this is strong speaking ability, also a fluent expression, but a poor exam structure. This could be descriptive, but not analytical, or including irrelevant data. The examiner will view exam skill over general fluency. I've got a couple of examples here. One is a band 5 to 6 example, and the second is a band 7+ example. Let's go through these together and then we will look at why one is lower and one is higher. Band 5. The chart shows changes in 3 countries from 2000 to 2020. Country A was at 45%, then it increased to 50% in 2005, and then it went to 55% in 2010, while country B also changed and country C was different. Now let's listen to a band 7 plus example. Overall, country A showed a steady increase over the period, becoming the highest by 2020. By contrast, country B declined slightly, while country C remained relatively stable. Why does the second example score a higher band? Let's go through some clear points together. It has a clear overview. We understand exactly what they're trying to say without going into the specific details. The main trends are mentioned first. Also, there is no unnecessary numbers mentioned. We have a comparison built in to this example. The vocabulary matches the data, and an examiner can classify this easily. Quick question. If you score a 7 for organization, but a 6 for vocabulary, grammar, and task achievement, what is your final band? It's still band 6, because IELTS averages the 4 criteria. To conclude, IELTS you can think of as a classification system. There's 4 equal criteria. You will receive a score covering the average of these 4. So there's no impression marks included in this. This is why control will always beat creativity. So the strategy for you to take away here is fix the weakest area first. And remember, from the examiner's perspective, a balanced performance equals a higher band. If you'd like to apply this marking system in real writing, you'll find related Task 1 guides on common mistakes, sentence structures, vocabulary control, all on the Learn English Weekly website. Those lessons show exactly how these criteria work in real answers. So make sure you go and check it out. All the links are listed in the description below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.